Hey everybody, Ryan FMG here, and before we talk about today's topic, I want to talk about a new sub goal. So last week I was talking about how I really want to make a push for 1,000 subscribers in October, and thank you everyone that has subbed to my channel before October and then also in October. This month has been fantastic already. So I decided to do our first, sub goal on our path to 1,000. So once we reach 800 subscribers, which hopefully we'll reach this week. That's what I'm hoping for. The celebration video will be, I will do a video for an October meta breakdown. Now, what this October meta breakdown will be is exactly what it sounds like. And I'm hoping that I'll kind of make this in about a week. So the meta will kind of, it's really shifting because it's very new right now. But in a week or so, the meta with the new cards and everything will be around 2 weeks old. So I think that will be a perfect time to actually show off some decks, give you all QR codes to what I think are the best decks. So hopefully in this week we can reach 800, so next weekend or something like that I can record a meta breakdown for you all. Yet again, we're just jumping right into the games. This is the finals for the US Champion/A rank Teppen Trial Cup, and like all the previous matches, it is best out of 5 games and the loser can switch decks. I, stick with my tried and true game plan of starting off with the Great Divine Intervention Wolf. The opponent is playing X-Heart Tank, which sometimes green can be a very hard matchup for my deck because they have shields or they just have a ton of HP, and that really goes a long way when you're dealing, 3 or 2 damage and stuff like that. I kind of waited for them to play something because I wanted to do my own stuff. And now, hopefully we get our own MP ramp. It's kind of nice that Axel did switch into a growth unit so we can get our growth and our Grizzle Veteran a little bit higher and higher. Wanted to quickly play something, so now we have MP boost 30. Who says red cannot gain some MP battery here and there? This is going pretty good, right? It's 4:10 on clock, we're at 30, they're at 20, we have a board, kind of waiting to see what the opponent plays next. And yep, here comes the big monster that now they heart tank, and now this seems like a problem. Right, this seems like a problem. I quickly do Sun Goddess just because it's like, what, I don't really know what else to do, kind of panic moment. And now I'm contemplating, do I want to Liberation slash this? It kind of seems futile because it has 17, but it's like, wait, 9 damage is really good. We might as well do this now. And then they wall jump. So it's like, well, I just let the opponent gain 9 life and it did not do anything? Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Unfortunately, we did not play the pup quick enough to give our Chill Penguin shield, so that was a little misplay on my end, especially that this big dude has spillover. I don't particularly want to put things in the middle unit, but it's kind of the battle of, well, what do we do? And right here I just decide to play this. I'm wondering if in hindsight I should have just done our hero power to kill the bottom unit and not put anything there. Our Grizzle Veteran is at 6, so I was like, you know what? 6 is not greater than 13, but this could be a time to really deal a lot of damage. And then it's like, okay, well, they're going to be doing a, Golden Orb, so even if we deal with this one, it's going to come back. I don't think that I should have put this Rashid to deck. I was thinking, okay, it's only a 2-1, and they do have little units to stifle that. I'm wondering if I should have just done the middle lane. Being like, okay, this unit is probably not killing this big unit, and even if we kill this big unit, it's going to come back. So I'm wondering if I should just kept the Rashid there, hope that they don't play anything, or use our hero power when they played something, just to be like, I was playing a ton of eggs in one basket of trying to kill their unit, and I'm wondering if I should have just played a different game of like, you know what, let's just do top and bottom, not care about the middle, and see who can win this damage race, because I cannot kill this again. I already killed it once, I can't really kill it again. I decided to do this here because I definitely want to kill their Iris to mitigate their MP ramp, and I want to get in 5 points of damage because they are at 16. Because, you know, 5 points of damage is more than 4 points, and we are at 24 compared to 11. But the big thing was why I kept on playing cards is because they do have little units, right? They have tons of little units. This was actually going really good because they are at 6, but being able to copy it is like, well, wait, now we only have one lane that we can really get damage to? That seems kind of like a tall order. I wish this Ken was in the top lane because that would have been a little bit nicer. Hindsight, maybe we should have just done it on the battery unit up front so it could be 4, so it could actually kill in 2 attack cycles. Because right now this is 3 attack cycles and that just seems kind of dubious. I do try this because this will actually kill that one. Yet again, I'm trying to put all these eggs into actually killing what our opponent has on board, which that was a lot because, you know, we've just grown this thing over and over and over again. Because, like, 3 attack cycles from this battery unit is not going to be that feasible. And I don't really want to drop anything there because the spillover will kill it. But now the 3 attack cycle, and because that is the thing, they have so many battery ramps, so I am talking about maybe we should have just ignored their big units, but they can have other blockers on the field. So even if I did take that line, I don't know if we would have won the game, but taking the lines that I did was like, yeah, you're definitely losing it, right? We started playing a battle that there's no way that we could have won. Yes, we should have played another unit to really pump it up a little bit more, but it's kind of looking pretty grim for us. You know, I'm trying the hard battle. Yet again, like, this was close because I was like, wait, this can win in 2, but then it's like they have another one. It's like, oh, okay, GG's. So, like, I don't know. I definitely started some wars that maybe I should have started and definitely could have played a little bit differently, but still, like, those things get so big so fast that, you know, starting off with a lose does not feel great. For game number 2, I decided to switch to Wesker because I just was not feeling the Wolf versus their X Heart Tank build, even though it was really close, and maybe I should have thought about it a little bit more and be like, no, just play more aggressively or something like that, because my build of Wesker Ouroboros has, yes, Murderous Spikes, which could kill the big units or battery units, but then it has Fate of the Unworthy, so I can kill their battery units, but if their big unit starts to get pumped up, I can't really deal with it that much, right? Because it's more than 6 MP and stuff like that. However, I do have living deaths and stuff like that, so that was my thought process for picking Wesker over X, or for X Heart Tank. However, I wish I had some, like, obliterations and stuff like that in this build. Basically playing the let's just kill this Iris straight out to try to, you know, stifle their MP ramp a little bit. And because now we have 8 MP, so we can kind of do whatever we want. And it's like, you know what, let's just do Serpent Demon because this will, you know, do a lot of work and maybe start hitting in for 8. And we have 10 points of damage on board, so if they take this, they're going down so low. But unfortunately, they already have one of their big monsters and can use the Heart Tank. So this kind of looks like the previous, you know, game 1 match, and is feeling a little rough, right? So it's like, okay, well, now we need some of our hard removal. Well, we don't really have much, so we want a Living Death or something like that. Okay, that's kind of a tall order. Let's go. Right here, not sure what I'm doing. I should have played that Tyrant a little bit sooner. I think I was thinking too much because I was thinking of the spillover and what dies, and I'm wondering if I should have just played Death's Executioner to really hope for a Living Death or Rebel's Memory or something like that. Here I definitely should just mill some cards because I guess that does not matter. Right. I definitely need to play something so I can draw something, and hopefully me drawing something will be a hard removal for now this agility 5/8 with shield that is going to become humongous. We do have our hero power online, and we do have a devil in the graveyard, so I do the rebirth because it's like, okay, we really do need to draw something. Especially now that they have 2 big fatties on board, we definitely need to draw something. And, you know, our executioners aren't doing anything ever against that, even if they were online with 10 or less cards in our graveyard, or in our deck, sorry. So here we just do the cheapest play, and pretty sure we don't have anything in the graveyard to rebirth, if I'm not mistaken. And because right now it is kind of living death or bust. Or Rebel's Memory, but actually they have 2 things, and I don't think we are up to the memory threshold to kill everything.
You think you can stand against a god?
Especially the 6/9 with agility. Giving this agility is pretty nasty, and now they both have agility, so it's like, oof, this is rough. Okay, let's go. Decide to do rebirth so that could hopefully soak up some of the damage, even though that does cost 1 MP rather than just doing a free, you know, mill over cards just for the heck of it type of a thing. And basically just, yet again, just turning through the deck because we know what we need, and unfortunately might already be in a graveyard. We might have already milled it, and now that we, now that we drew, I believe, a devil, it's kind of like, oh, this is probably too late because we are at 8. And now it's like, oh. And unfortunately, we don't have any cheap way to cantrip to redraw a card because we can Murder Spikes this, right? And that's about it. So that's what we go for. But they still have 2 things that are going to kill us. And unfortunately, Murder Spikes brings us down to 5, which means we will be at, you know, what, 1 very, very soon? And now we're at 2? And unfortunately, these guys having haste is like, no, don't have haste. Just chill back. Soak up some damage, please. And we lose. See, yeah. I was very unsure what to do for game number 3 because it was 0-2, and Heart Tank seemed very good against our Growth Wolf and Wesker Ouroboros. So I decided to go to my Thunder Wolf build that I did a video about a week or so ago. I had not played this deck for quite a few days. And that's kind of unfortunate because, you know, yes, I made it. I kind of knew what I wanted to do with it in the game plan, but like I had been practicing with other decks way more. But I was like, you know what? This seems pretty good because hopefully I can just cheese out and steal a win before they can play, you know, their ridiculous things that will just smash face and destroy me. So we are only at 1, so unfortunately Blade Shiner defense will not give anything shield, but we could just do it anyways, just, you know, to do that, or, you know, +2 attack will destroy that, but will not save it. But we quickly do Blade Shiner defense, so now it will actually give shield. So that is why I did that 1-2 real quick to try to save it and stick it around, kill their layer. And already this is going good, right? They're at 14. Yes, they do have their big fatty, but I'm kind of okay with that, right? Because it will take, this can take 2 hits. It does have agility now, so that is a little scarier. Basically trying to think of if Stay or Nothingness is worth it, and decide to throw it on this because this says combo, so 7. That just means it needs to hit 1 more time, and that is lethal. But a disarm would have really blown us out of the water there. We did not necessarily need to do that preemptive wall jump, but I decided to do that so then we can do our hero power, so that hopefully we can just close the game out as quickly as possible. But it is opening us up to action or disarm a little bit more. And I'm not sure if that's really worth it. Still decide to just do the hero power, because even if we can't do another pump spell, that's, you know, 4 points of damage. So that's getting very, very close. Decide to do this because that's going to be 4, so 8 with combo. So not quite lethal, but will be lethal before they can kill this. They basically need a disarm or another layer to throw this out of the water. I decide just to do this because not quite sure which one is going to hit first. And that kind of feels a little bit bad because we did open ourselves up to maybe another disarm or something like that. However, it did not get there, so now that's just lethal. So quick, aggressive, beat their big fatty. Game number 4 is 1-2, so if we lose this one, we're out. We could not switch decks, which is pretty bad for Thunder Edge because there's a lot of good counter picks to this, like Raging Demon. But I noticed that the opponent is on Thunder Edge. I was like, oh, a mirror match. Okay, that's a little bit less scary, which it is the mirror match. And so it's just going to be fly by the seat of your pants and hope that you kind of get there before the opponent gets there. It's kind of nice that they started with that so that we could do something free, whatever we want. I think this was a mistake right there because we went to pump this up. I think we should have just Dial's Memory to -4 this, and this would have died, and we still would have had a 2-3, and that could have been fantastic, right? Use the Dial's Memory as a removal spell, because guess what? Our deck does not have many removal spells because we are aggressive. So now this will be a trade, which is fine, maybe? And I decide to do it. We could have wall jump there, but knowing that we had another unit was like, okay, maybe this is just a trade because if we wall jump, they can wall jump, or maybe give it more HP or something like that. And that doesn't feel particularly great. See, because now we can't Dial's Memory because this it has 6, so it's like, okay, just True Faith. Let's just get this bigger, bigger, bigger. Because obviously we're not going to do Research Subject because we don't even have 2 memory yet. Now we do. So they have a 4-6, we have a 3-6. I decide to do a True Faith right here. So this would actually kill it in 1 hit. Unfortunately, kind of gets foiled because they have a wall jump. I decided to do another True Faith just so that we will have our hero power online. Maybe I should have just done a wall jump there or something, because now they're just going to be able to get theirs bigger as well. And like ours didn't particularly need to be more than 6 power. So I think, you know, having a 9-6 compared to a 6-6 is kind of the same thing in that vein. I really want to keep this guy around because it's a 9-6. And so I did a preemptive shield there, which sometimes doing a preemptive shield is not great because the opponent's playing Liberation Slash, so that blows us out of the water. And then it's like, okay, well, we started some battles where I think we should have just, you know, our first one, we just took the trade, and maybe that was fine. This one, maybe we should have just offered the trade, especially because we had a Heavenly Kicks Chun-Li in hand. Or we could have dropped our combo dragon and then used our hero power, and that seems a lot better because now they have a 7-6. So what are we really doing? My plan was drop it there, pump it up, give it agility, hopefully we can win. And that seems kind of a dubious plan because we are at 7. We are so close to already losing. And yet again, I kind of need to pump things up, even though they could easily pump theirs up and give us lethal, because this 2-2 is not winning yet. And unfortunately there, I don't know why Agent's Memory, I think I might have looked at this and saw that it was at 7, so thinking that the True Agent's Memory was maybe going to actually kill this. Because if I did not True Agent's Memory there, or Agent's Memory, I could have now killed that because I did have enough memory, and that could have been fantastic. So I'm not quite sure why I did that. Maybe Past Ryan had a very good reason, or maybe it was a really dumb reason. It was probably a really dumb reason. And I don't think I had time to do the Blade Shattering defense. I'm sure I tried, it just did not work, and we just got run over in the mirror match, because we did that. The preemptive wall jump into the Liberation Slash was kind of the nail in the coffin there. So unfortunately, we went 1-3 in the finals, but hey, we got second place. Unfortunately, there's also no prize for second place, so that kind of does stink. But hey, it's always nice to play against good opponents and win and, try to feel accomplished with a second place finish. And the tournament was fun, right? I really like practicing for tournaments, deck building for tournaments, and having flowcharts of like, oh, what are the good and bad matchups? And overall, I like my preparation. I think the Wolf Growth deck is very good. I also think Wesker kind of solidifies some of its bad matchups to then, that you can counter pick with Wesker or Burrows. However, my other one was Raging Demon Akuma. And I think that deck is very, very good right now, but I didn't practice enough with it. However, I did spend some time after this, so like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, practicing it, and I definitely think maybe in round 3, I could have pivoted to a Raging Demon list over the Wesker. I just, lost game 1 with the Wolf versus X, and then just go to Raging Demon and hopefully, win that one. So not starting at a 0-2 deficit, just doing a 1-1. But, Raging Demon has a lot of ways to kill 3 and 4 drops, and, their thing is humongous, but Raging Demon Hero Power, you can save that for their big 8-drop play. Or maybe I just do Thunder Edge, right? I think pivoting to Wesker or Burrows was a mistake because I don't think that Wesker or Burrows has a good matchup against the X Heart Tank, at least my build and what I played. So I think pivoting to Raging Demon or Thunder Edge right away would have been a lot better. But, it is what it is. It's hindsight is 2020, right? But I always do like going back and watching replays because sometimes it's great because you're like, oh man, I played so well. And then sometimes it's very, very embarrassing of like, why did I just throw that agent's memory when I only had 6 memory and this didn't kill anything? And then you feel kind of bad and you're like, I don't really want to publish this video, but I'm going to try to suck up my pride and just do it because guess what? I make a lot of punts on stream and on videos that's part of the learning curve, right? If you can't learn from your mistakes, you're bound to repeat the mistakes over and over again. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this, and hopefully there's going to be more tournaments that are run a little bit more smooth and just better for everyone, and more people can play in them because, hey, more players, more hype. That's why I play Teppen, right? That I just want Teppen to be as hype as it possibly can be. But thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.